financing more manufactured homes than ever this year, and as such, we're fielding a ton of phone calls from buyers, sellers, and real estate agents who have questions about the process. The truth is, financing a manufactured home is almost identical to any other property type, other than just a couple of quirks that I'd like to talk about today. All manufactured homes come with what's called a HUD data plate, serial numbers, and a performance certificate. We need all three data points in order to finance the home. There's quite literally a HUD plate affixed to the outside of each manufactured home. It's usually on the original siding, so if the siding has been replaced or there's been renovations done to the house, there's a good chance that that plate is no longer there. If that's the case, we can still extract that data. We use a third-party company to do so called IBTS. Can't remember off the top of my head what that acronym stands for, but if you give them the make, model, serial number, they'll be able to pull that HUD data in no time. We also need to be able to verify the performance certificate. Depending upon where in the United States the manufactured home sits, depends upon its wind tolerance requirements. Here on the coast, they require manufactured homes to be able to withstand hurricane force winds. And these types of certificates are usually found inside the house, typically in a kitchen cabinet or other cabinet within the structure. Again, renovations may have caused this piece of paper to disappear, and that's okay. IBTS can help with that as well. In some cases, we may need to order a foundation inspection. That's where a structural engineer goes out to the home, peeks his head into the crawl space, and confirms that the foundation is intact, safe, and up to standard. This is only required for FHA financing. With conventional and VA financing, we only have to order this foundation inspection if the appraisal notes something wonky with the foundation or there's been some aftermarket additions to the house. The manufactured home has to be permanently affixed to the land and never moved. If it ever had a title registered with the DMV, that title needs to be retired before we can fund a loan. The mortgage must be secured by not only the house, but also the land that it sits on. And finally, the manufactured home has to be built after June 15th, 1976 for it to be financeable. This is when federal building codes were updated and required more stringent standards for manufactured homes. Now, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac have a rule in place where single-wide manufactured homes have to be newer than 10 years old. Now, this is where I'm going to plug my company, Atlantic Coast Financial Services, because we have one lender that we work with who has an exception with Fannie Mae that allows for them to finance single-wides going all the way back to 1976. So if you're a listing agent with a single-wide and you want to make that property more marketable, give me a call. So granted, there are a few additional inspections and costs associated with financing a manufactured home, but it's really nothing overly difficult and the process shouldn't scare you away. Manufactured homes are a great option for first-time home buyers on a budget. It puts you into a house at a relatively inexpensive cost and allows for you to start building that equity. If anybody has any questions about manufactured homes, single wides, double wides, triple wides, give me a shout out. I'd love to talk.